very good start. As you can tell, it's raining here. We come up here this morning knowing that it was probably going to rain. Kenny got up here before we did. Of course, the boys ride with me. We stopped by Brandon's and picked up a $2.99, which I'm in. We started hitting rain right as we got into Clinton, I think. Maybe just a little north of Osceola. I mean, this ground's already saturated up here. We sure don't need any more rain, but they're calling for about the next 4 days, up to 4 inches of rain, which is just an astronomical amount on top of an already saturated ground. That's a doozy there, isn't it? If we can grab both of these, might be too big. Oh yeah, probably gonna be too big. Get on there now. Yep, won't fit on the forks. This old sycamore's heavy. And most of these are bucked into 8s and some 12s. Very few 12s, but mainly 8s. And there are just a couple 6s in here. Try not to go too heavy on the 6s. On stuff like this, I like to cut as many 8s as I can to get all the footage we can on the cuts. Especially on a lot of these where they taper so much. We'll try to make short logs so we can pick up an extra inch or two, which over the course of a big pile of logs like this is going to be will mean a significant amount of footage. I'm going to try to be ballsy again and pick up 2, but going into this water oak. Ooh, got it on there. A little front heavy. Start cutting some big burrow today and getting them out. I think Kenny got 1 or 2 on the ground before the rain shut him out, and it's been lightning and like crazy, which close cloud to ground lightning, and it's kind of been worrying me even running this machine. But no one ever accused me of being intelligent anyway, and I want to get all these logs rode up so I can get on to bucking logs if we get the chance and they start coming out. Sycamore are slick. So they're hard to keep on the fork, especially when you're turning a lot. You try to take it easy because they just fling them right off. Kenny said the first burr oak he cut this morning had the first cut was 30 inches, 10 foot, 30 inch would be the first grade cut. Pretty good sized burr oak. I think there's several of them to cut right up in here. Gosh darn it, get on there now. There we go. Maybe it'll let up, we can move some wood. There's Cahill, one of those big burr oaks. Zoom in a little bit there if you can see through the glass, but that's a pretty good sized chunk of wood there. Need to have him bring it over here. She probably can't see me. That's alright, we can pack it over here. Well, I've got some walnut here above me. We'll get these things sorted out. Put them here with these pecan. Let's see here. Let's not put them in pecan. Let's keep the walnuts separate because there'll be enough of them. We'll put the burr oak with the pecan. I'm very indecisive some days. It's kind of starting to clear off. You can see back over here in the east, the sun's shining, and it don't look too bad to the north. Awful dark still back towards home. Logs are still coming out. We're not really making any ruts or tracks, but it's a little greasy. Which, like I said, this whole ground in here, it ain't used for much anyway. It's just kind of ground. I think he puts his cattle in here every now and then, but there ain't a whole lot in here for him anyway. But got the logs here, keeping everything nice and neat. I've got Cahill dropping logs right here to where I can get them bucked and worked up fast. And in between his drags, when I get caught up with him, I've been trying to come over here and work on the walnut a little bit, get it all worked up. Now, what I'm about to show you is about as thin sapped a walnut as you'll see in our part of the world. It's just about all dark wood there. About all dark wood. And usually, when you see this kind of bark on a walnut, it seems like it's always real thin sapped. I don't know why. I have no explanation for that, but that is one thing I've learned over the years of cutting this stuff and being around Dad cutting it. Is when you see that kind of bark right there, usually you're going to see one of two things. One, you're going to see a really good thin sap tree with good growth rings, or you're going to see a tree that's going to cut bad, which this one did not. But those are the two things that I've noticed over my short span of logging. You know, I'm no big 30, 40, 50 year veteran, but I've grown up in it, and I've been logging full time now for, I guess, 16, 17 years, somewhere in there. So, but anyway, that's a heck of a log. It's got kind of a crook in it right there, which I think is going to hurt us, because we need to, these better logs need to be put in 9 foot and longer pieces. This one here looks like it's going to make an 8, and that 8's probably going to be right there in that crook. And we got another good piece above it, and the top's pretty ornery, as you can see. But we're happy to have it nonetheless. It looks good from this side. It looks good from the other side. It's just got that crook in it. It's got that crook, which I can tell by the, you know, way they barked her here and how they cut it. It was probably a hard leaning tree anyway. So, you take what you can get and be happy with it. Back from lunch, Kenny's whittling on a big one up there. Kind of, you can see the trees working around. Cahill's sitting over in the skidder. Who knows where Mike is? This is one of these monstrosities that was cut this morning. It's probably, this is chest high on me, so I guess I'm probably about 5 feet. What we are there. Of course, this is the stump end, don't mean anything, but of course a lot of swell, But we're still, I'm guessing at least 30 inches up here on the little end. Of course, got an old limb protruding. Just a 3-face log, but a big quarter saw log nonetheless. Super pecan here. Real good pecan. So much so that we're laying these pecan out to be sold for lumber, not tonnage. A bit of walnut over there. Rain forecast is not looking good for any of us here in the western Missouri area, whether it be south, north, or central. So we're scrambling to get what we can get done today. We can always look at timber on rainy days, but we need to produce some logs. Big tree. There's a lot of big bur oaks on this job. That's kind of the saving grace for it, I think. You know, a little bit of, and it's really not a bad job, but it, you know, we've probably got 20,000 feet of pallet out right now, blocking material, and which is fine and dandy, but you know, you need some stuff like that to kind of bring the money. You know, some big bur oak, some walnut, even some ash. You know, the ash is not too bad right now for grade logs, as long as they're 13 inches and bigger. They gotta be clean though. He's cutting these with a long bar, I'm pretty sure. Normally we just run 25-inch bars. I think he does have a 36 on there right now, which I've got a 880 steel in one of the boxes on my truck. I keep there at all times with a 36-inch bar. And we really don't need a big bar that often. Very few times a year do we need a big bar. But I think several of these trees on this job, we're going to have that big bar for these bur oak. Clipping the spurs right now. She's about ready to come down. We told Cahill today on the way to lunch we'd go ahead and order him a hard hat, some better gloves. He's got a pair of gloves right now, but they're like welding gloves. Which I guess that's fine as long as they protect your hands, but he seems to enjoy this, so looking like he might hang with us for a while. I sure hope he does. He's been nice to have him on that machine. He's really picking up on it pretty good. But that definitely didn't bother me buying his hard hat, some chaps, and a good pair of gloves. And Mikey, we can buy him books, and yet he doesn't learn anything. But we've given him hard hats, and I know we've given him at least 2. He loses them. Boom. Mikey always loses his hard hat. He's got a pair of gloves on right now. There he come out of nowhere. But yeah, he's bad about misplacing things, so we'll get him another bucket. Jump in here and get ready to mark and buck logs. Here's a hog. That's a big bur oak right there. Size one on the forks here. It's going over to the pallet pile. We just spent about the last 30 minutes constructing a good crossing across an old ditch or a washout. No water flowing through it, just an old wash from years ago or something. And, I put a lot of material in there, packed it in. So, oh boy, our landowner should have a good crossing for years to come across that little thing there. We'll get over here and get this one worked up. I've got that other one there. I guess we can see if we can wrestle it around real quick. I don't know if we can or not. It's pretty big. Measured it was 35 on the little end up there, 9 foot. Yeah, the old 299 is probably wasting its time right here. Surprise me, come on, old girl. Let's see if we can square up on it. That's where that backup camera really comes in handy. She wants to. Come on now. Just ain't gonna do it. didn't think we'd be able to pick it up. I really didn't. Oh, slid off the forks right there. Slid off the forks. Maybe we can weasel it around here. Come on, you effort. There we go. Now, ooh, that's ugly. Scar from years ago. We'll see if we can get this one worked up. Put in the pile. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.